Is looking at online auto magazine MotorTrend launching a new marketplace today with nearly 10% of the 1 million vehicles listed either fully electric or hybrid. The slowdown in EV demand and the growth of used EV market is top of mind for investors, signaling a potential shift in consumer interest in the space. Let's bring in Alex Wellen, MotorTrend Group President and CEO, as well as Yahoo Finance's own Prasad Subramanian, to break some of this down for us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Alex. So for people who are wondering about the value of the EV market, based on what you've already seen and with the launch of this new index here, what are you seeing in terms of the value here and the pace at which people are trading their EVs in?
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot more purchases, obviously, of new cars and pre-owned EVs and hybrids. But right now, there's just so many in the marketplace that people are looking for different ways to sell their car and be in that. And as a result, we're offering up this marketplace, which has over 1 million different listings of new and pre-owned vehicles. And that's really important right now because there's so many coming out, not only from Tesla, but we're seeing it from Hyundai, from Toyota, and so forth. So I think, it's important now more than ever to look at the reasons why to buy an EV and whether it's a right fit for you or whether a hybrid is even better.
Hey, Alex, Prost here. So I don't know if you guys have the data yet, but how popular are used EVs in the marketplace? Are people searching for them more than, let's say, other types of used cars or hybrids, for instance?
Yeah, we've seen that definitely, Pras, and it's nice to see you as well. There are so many more cars now and on our listings. If you look at the marketplace on MotorTrend.com for really used EV vehicles, because the prices have come down so significantly, and there have been a lot of improvements. As we've seen, the marketplace has grown over the last year, especially, and we see growth going into 2024 right now, this year as well too. So we're seeing many, many more searches. I think our top searches are for pure EVs, then it's SUVs, and then it's hybrids across all of our searches on MotorTrend.com. And then in the marketplace, that's really where all the cars are coming from. We have about 8 to 10,000 listings now of people giving either new or pre-owned used EVs.
Alex, I'm curious about how much value these used EVs hold in the market. I mean, you have somebody like Hertz dumping 20,000 EVs. I mean, to what extent has something like that weighed on the value with which owners can sell their cars in the used market?
Yeah, the EV story around Hertz got a lot of attention, understandably so. I think they had committed to buying many, many EVs, and that by having less EVs right now, it was really more about repairs to damages and the cost to carry those EVs. But in general, I think the signs are that more and more EVs are being sold. Even though we've seen the growth rate slow a little bit, we are going to see double digits. I think we're going to approach, this kind of 2 million mark in 2024. I think that's ambitious, but I think there's a lot of signs for both new and used EVs. If you look at Tesla stations being used more broadly for even non-Tesla automotive vehicles, if you look at the batteries and the improvements that we're seeing there, and then we're seeing costs come down significantly. The Prius, which we named Car of the Year, is under $30,000. So whether it's new or used or pre-owned, I think we're seeing more and more people attracted to the EVs, and everyone knows eventually they'll be there. I think the question is how quickly. For those who don't want to get to a pure EV right now, something like the Prius is the right car for the right time.
Hey, Alex, I noticed that you guys highlighted a couple older EVs on the site, a Prius that's almost 20 years old, a Tesla Roadster that's from 2012. Do you think concerns about older EVs are overblown if people are actually wanting to buy these cars?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of education that needs to happen. There's a lot of thought about whether an EV is so much different than ICE. And of course, the battery life is something that's really important in the repairs. But there are so many Teslas out there right now. I mean, I'm looking at our marketplace right now. We've got 3,000 used Tesla Model 3s, some of them as low as $10,000, others $44,000 for Model S's. So there are quite a few Teslas that are out there. And the reason the prices have come down, which is good for consumers, is because Musk brought down the prices to be competitive. So you're seeing lots of cars in the marketplace, particularly Tesla, because they're the leader in this space. We saw the Tesla Model Y kind of take over as far as the leading cars being purchased right now, even with your BYDs and your Chinese companies kind of nipping at their heels or overtaking them in the last quarter. So, I would say to you that there are some pretty remarkable deals on the marketplace right now. When people are looking for cars in MotorTrend, we're really popular at that 6-month range, right? When all of you are watching and thinking about when do I get my next car, when you start looking and doing that research for those 6 months and you do the research and use the tools now, we're seeing that many people are flocking to these EVs, and the EVs are available on the marketplace, and they're purchasing them. We've done, Praz, it's interesting, over the last few years, we've done the result of $1.5 billion in leads, right? So sales that have resulted in $1.5 billion because people have trusted MotorTrend to look at these cars. And now, because we have the new and pre-owned, you're going to see lots and lots of EVs being sold that are used.
Alex Wellen, MotorTrend Group President and CEO, as well as our very own Praz Subramanian, joining in on the conversation. Thanks so much.